So as you told us that you've become kind of a role model. How did you become a role model? How did you overcome knowing your status and living with HIV, or was it something that you've grown up with and therefore it has come naturally to you? Or tell us a little bit about what it was like growing up in Uganda and what you're doing now to get other young women to be aware, and even young men. So here you are.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I'm BABIRYE, and I'm from Uganda, the part of Africa. I'm a graduate. I pursued a bachelor's degree in community-based rehabilitation. Well, I'm an advocate for the young people living with HIV. I'm a young woman living with HIV, and I'm not regretful of the challenges that I went through to become who I am, because that is where I realized my potential, and this is who I am right now because of the challenges I went through growing up living with HIV. But to cut the long story short, I did not just wake up in the morning and decide to do advocacy. There is always that one thing that pushes you to do something, Growing up with my twin sister, you grow up as children knowing that you are free from HIV. And you hear stories about people talking about how AIDS kills, how HIV is bad, very negative comments about HIV and AIDS. So here you are, 10 years, 11, you're sat down and you're being disclosed to that you have HIV. So the first thing I had to ask myself is this the end of me? Well, it was not easy, our own mother telling us that you're born with it. In our country, it's very hard for parents to really tell their children that you are born with HIV, because they fear that this child is going to really blame them for giving them the virus. Some parents have lost their children after disclosing to them personally. That is why some people let their children grow up to the age of 20, 24, and they realize later through someone else or through the clinic after going for a test that they are positive, and this breaks them down. I'm really glad that we were disclosed to at a very early age. However, it was still not easy, because at the age of 10, 11, you're still young. And what you hear about people talking about HIV, how it kills, how it's not, an easy thing, how people are growing thin and dying, listening to those words makes you feel that you're going to lose it all at the end of the day. And here I was. I could not even stand in front of my friends telling them that this is me. I wasn't growing thin, but I felt thin already. I wasn't sick, but I felt sick. I walked like someone who was going to die anytime from now. And it was really hard to really accept that this is who you are and this is how you're going to be for the rest of your life. People talk about the cure. Well, we hope for it. People are doing a lot of things. The government is doing a lot of things. Partners are doing a lot of things. But then when you sit back and you're like, well, we're waiting for the cure, but it's now 24 years. And the cure is not coming yet. I might die without seeing this cure, and you really want to see it. But what really pushed me to start doing advocacy is the stigma that I went through. The stigma that we went through. I don't know, my sister has a different story. Mashas were twins, but each one of us has their own story. I faced a lot of stigma. It was hard because, first of all, you have to be asked so many questions while you're taking medication. What is it for? Why do you take it every day? Don't you have a dosage? Does it end? And here you are telling them how you have sickle cells, how you have diabetes, how you have a heartache. It's so hard. You have to keep up appearances all the time. And I didn't know anything about adherence, like taking it every day, every time, consistently, without stopping. And I was here. If there were so many people around, I would not take. If I forgot, it wasn't a problem. I wasn't sick, so I missed. And then I failed on my first line, and that even became worse, because as from 3 tablets, then I went to 7. Now that was even worse. I had not even started learning how to cope with the 3. And here I was, they were giving me so many tablets with a lot of words. Why don't you take a medication? You're going to die. We don't want to waste a lot of money on you. And I was like, to hell with it, let me just go and die. I mean, I was this close to losing my life because I was tired. I was tired. My mother was there, but she could not find a way of bringing me, you know, back. I worked with my executive director, Madame Asia. Then she was the counselor. I think she was our counselor at the clinic. And she was the only person we used to talk to then. Without talking to her, you could never go to the clinic. You could never have a bed that is, you know, good. But we talked, and she would bring you back to life, and she would tell you this is not the end of it all. And here you are. She was the only person. Imagine, you had doctors, you had counselors, you had everyone around you, but she was the only person who would bring you back to, you know, getting back online, on track. And that is how I started. But it was through the stigma. Kids were going to ban me for you know, just realizing, just the rumor that someone is walking and they have HIV in them. I was in school and people were like, you're a devil. How do you walk amidst us? How do you associate with people? How do you even stand with your head held high, knowing that you have something that is deadly and it's going to kill us all? And this is what everybody was saying. And when it came to a relationship, I'm being frank, it's not like when you have HIV you don't get, you know, attracted to the opposite sex. Well, I had those feelings come around. But if a guy got to know that maybe there was something wrong with you, now that became a problem. They started thinking you're a murderer. They were like, you wanted to kill me because, you know, and it was hard because these are feelings, these are emotions. It's a natural thing to have feelings for someone, but you could not control them and tell them, no, I cannot have feelings for you because I have HIV. You could not tell them, so you could keep on lying every day. And once they find out, they would think you are lying because you wanted to kill them intentionally. And they would never understand that you were born with it. They would never understand that you just have it out of, you know, different circumstances. But in 2011, I was in my 2012, I completed my form senior 6, and then I went to university. 2013, things became hard. Our mother got sick, she died after 6 months due to cancer. And this was our pillar of strength. The person we looked up to, we already thought as a pillar of strength, as someone who is going to be there for us. And then here she is, she dies. So I'm like, God, you're not fair. How? How do you take someone like that from us? You know, we had not really given her everything. We had not done even a small thing for her. And here she was gone. And now things became hard. Well, I was on my second line treatment I was trying to take, and my mother dies. I was at the university, I had just joined. Still, your parent is the closest person you can always talk to, because at the university, things are so different. They are so different. There are very many young people. There are so many different characters and personalities. And it's in the university that is when everybody now started saying I was promiscuous. I was sleeping around, infecting boys, you know, with HIV. And it was some person I was sharing a room with in the hostel. Imagine, my roommate. And it was hard. It was really hard. Someone even ignited a group, and they were willing to, you know, find me somewhere walking, and they beat me up, or others burned me to death. And now these are young people who are 24, 25. They don't really care. They don't care. They're like, we can't let these people roam around. They are the reason as to why we are becoming sick. But in 2014, I felt tired. I told them I don't care. I just decided to come out, and I'm like, let me just do this. And I tell the world that this is who I am. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. So I put on a t-shirt. I was from the IAS conference then in Melbourne, 2014. So I put on this t-shirt I had got from a conference. It had HIV positive, and I take a picture and post it on Facebook. And I don't put anything. I just throw it there. And that is how the advocacy starts. So the comments I get afterwards, I was even shocked. Well, my friends left me, everybody left, apart from my sister, my counselor, and of course the people around me, of course. But in my family it was also not easy, because every time we would perform poorly in class, they would say, AIDS is just affecting your brain. And that was really hard for someone who is 14, 15. But that is how I begin my advocacy. And when I see the comments, and they're like over 60 comments, and they are positive, and they're just 2 negative comments, now that keeps me, that is when I start, and that is how I begin. So with the support of my executive director, we do something. We start up an organization. We start, bringing young people on board who have really failed to cope. And that is how we start our work. So I take advantage of media, mass media, social media. And then I begin radios, TVs, tell the world. And everybody's like, why do you decide to do this? And I was like, I was tired. I was tired of living a life of lies. I was tired of being treated as someone who has no value in this world. And that is when I started believing that if you start showing yourself to the world that you're worthless, the world will see you as a worthless person. And that is how I began my work. And ever since then, life has changed. And this is how I am right now because of what I decided to do. Thank you.
And as you inspire us, we hope to make the world change so that you are not faced with all of this stigma and discrimination. And that's really something that we must work on, and I hope I can deliver for you, and we can deliver for you. Would you like to ask a few questions to our panelists? We have the Minister of Health from Rwanda, we have Luis Lourdes, and we have Robina here. And that we'll be able to transition from one panel to the other. Any questions from the floor?